Hello, uh, out there to whoever gives a fuck, um, or to whoever pretends to give a fuck, whoever gives a fuck, whoever, whatever, trolls, narcissists. Uh, I'd like to welcome y'all with a nice fuck you. Anyways, this new shit that's going on right now, man. Whatever this head game is, I guess either I'm just too nice or passive to where the impressions just, I don't know, they just like go in for the juggler, man, as far as making me feel like shit and forcing me to feel like I'm invisible, forcing me to feel like I'm gonna go crazy based on validation. I mean, all my life I've actualized and I've been okay with myself, and now these noises for the past few years torture me, make me react, and then pretend like they didn't hear me. They just ignore me, but then they act like I reacted to them. They act like I reacted and they react to that like something will fucking torture me in my brain. In my mind, I'm just thinking like, what the fuck? And then they react to that with a little one-liner, and then I'll talk shit back, and then nothing. It's quiet. But their angle is that they get me to react with one little bit of something, and I'll just keep talking. I'll react and talk shit, and then out of the blue they'll be like, look, he's not talking to himself. He's no longer talking to himself. From now on, he's no longer self-actualized. They're like making incantations. From now on, like just in the background, real distant. And anyways, they've been playing this game with me where anything I do, I'm just like, right now, if I'm just talking or whatever, or if I'm talking to myself, if I say, oh fuck, man, where did I put my shoes at? Where's my wallet? You know, little stuff like that. They pretend like I'm talking to them. Oh, what? Who are you talking to? Or some shit. Always, and it's like a stigma. They stigmatize it to where I'm still like, man, fuck you, fuck this bullshit. And every time I say, man, fuck you or fuck this bullshit, they force me to fucking hear, what are you gonna say to Aaron? What are you gonna say to this person? What are you gonna say to Danny? What are you gonna say to Frank? What are you gonna say to these people? Right before I'm about to say, fuck you. And that's all the noise I react to, or little bits and pieces of bullshit. Well, that's fucking crazy. But they accuse me of being someone else. They just constantly tell me I sound like the voice of a friend of mine that sounds like he's antagonizing me through the noise, and who in the past has been a bully. So they keep telling me I sound like him. Well, I can't hear myself. I don't know how I sound in some other noise world. I never lived my life to be validated by noise, to be validated by some fucking noise. I ain't even seen no fucking face. I ain't even looked into any energy, but I could look into their character and the personality and traits and of these impressions, and that's a fucking heartless ass narcissist playing games, multitasking, and just sounds like he's having a nice, evil, fun time, like The Mask, like when The Mask would hurt those like the bad people, like that. But he's a piece of shit doing it to good people, is what it seems like. He's like, open your mouth, you're gonna. I'm like, fuck. And I'll be like talking, and sometimes I'll hear a phrase in the distance or come out of my own, like supposedly something different, and I don't know what my brain waves or what something programs or whatever to manipulate or give off the wrong impression in some fucking noise world that I've never been a part of or fucking based my life on. Now all of a sudden they got this fucking game where I sound like someone else, and I'm constantly yelling, leave me alone, leave me alone. And they're like, well, and then another noise, I don't know, well, if you want to be understood or heard, close your mouth. I'm like, well, fuck this shit. And for years now, I mean, I just accidentally, my posture will be like this. And then I'll be accused of, oh, something happened, like things depend, like things happen when I do a little, my motor skills do something, and then, I don't know, it's like a stigma, and it's only that, they reiterate on that all the time, and then they just make me feel like and then they say, oh, keep listening. No, I'm not listening or anything. It's the bullshit. It's only the bullshit I react to that I'm reacting to. It's like the only shit I hear involuntarily, and when I do hear it and I react, they just jump all down, and it happens in increments. So I think they do it enough, get me to react enough to give something else, I'm assuming, another impression, the impression that I'm all up in someone's business. Because they'll get me started on a few things, I'll get mad, and I'm just sitting here, and then another noise that I guess they want me to hear. Why is he sitting there listening? Why are you being nosy, man? And then I'm looking around, I'm like, what the fuck? See, he been listening to them. And then I forget, they can, I guess, edit my brain waves to say something else. Like in my mind, I'm saying, what the fuck? And then edit my brain waves to react to something that I don't even know, like to keep some shit going or whatever. I don't know. Well, anyways, it's just like when I'm talking or whatever, or reacting, even if I'm reacting to something, my voice sounds like it gets ahead of me in the distance, and it pisses me off because I started to figure out that when that seems like it's happening, like right now, assuming I'm talking and I think I could hear what I'm barely about to say off in the distance before I even say it, and it's just for a quick second, but it pisses me off because I'm reacting to something to be left alone. I'm always like, leave me alone, and this shit just keeps going. So, like right now as I'm talking, something could be saying, and what else? Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Oh, and what else? Oh, what else? When I'm not even talking, it like forces me to feel like I'm engaged with someone, and it pisses me off because that's probably the same impression that's fucking with my head and playing all this shit. Well, anyways, I'll trip off that, what I'm about to say, and then I think I hear it, and so, and in the meantime, while that's happening, I'm not even disrespecting anyone, and then something else will fade in. Like, is that any way to talk to? Right now, what I was just gonna say, something just sounded like it was coaching me on what to say. I could have swore something right now said, and next you're gonna say, but it's, and that's all I heard. That's all I fucking heard. Nothing else. Just little bits and pieces. Maybe they're messing with me right now while I'm making this video. But, to distract me because I forgot what I was gonna say. But oh yeah. They'll be like, oh well, then close your mouth because you sound like someone else. Or as I'm talking like this, something will say, is that any way to disrespect your daughter? Or they'll say my daughter's name. So is that any way to disrespect them? I'm like, man, I ain't disrespecting anybody. And then that shit'll happen again. It'll sound like something fucking. Like when I said I ain't disrespecting anybody, it's as if someone already said it before I did. And when I'm saying what I'm saying now, an asshole can be making shit come out of me that is probably disrespectful. And so that's fucked up. And or I just feel like my thoughts are being read and like edited or some shit, and then something else that tries to act like it's helpful and shit, like he wants to pretend to be all helpful. Oh, well, close your mouth, and I'll close my mouth, and then not willingly. I just close it naturally. I'm just happen to have my mouth closed, and the same shit happens. I'm thinking and my mouth's closed, and if something's supposed to be different, these fucking noises are still editing my thoughts. Even when my mouth's closed, something's trying to snatch whatever the fuck. So if there's something's trying to say something's trying to suggest there's a duality in here. Like one suggestion is that someone hexed me and there's someone's other thing in here, and that there's conflict, like a different portal or something. If I open, anyway, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. All I know is I'm suffering, and I go through frustration because something wants to make me chase my identity and go and make me feel like I don't exist, and then make me depend on the validation, you know? Like, I close my mouth and then something naturally, and another noise. Oh no, this is you know who my name is. Oh yeah, no. But then there's this other duality where if I say my name or someone says a name, anyways, when they like edit my thoughts or my words to sound like something where it reaches, if that could change, if my no, stop, leave me alone can change into another word, then that means these noises. Another thing I want to ask, if someone can leave a comment, please, can someone answer this question? Whenever you guys hear noises, do all the noises address a name first? Before a noise says anything, is there a name? Does it say your fucking name, address you as your name every time? And do you wonder if when you react without saying it, without reacting to a name, do you guys wonder if when you react involuntarily, if when your reaction just gets snatched and pulled out somewhere, if a name is attached to the front of that, like to address it to someone or to something? Because I don't know, I'm just curious. Well, anyways, whether my mouth is open or closed and these things trying to stigmatize me, I could still hear a little fucking editing, and then supposedly, well, I heard editing either way, so it's like making someone feel like whether your mouth is open or closed, you're fucked. But that's not the image I'm taking in. This is just an observation of the whatever tactic or formula or whatever. I don't know if it's a metaphorical bridle where something wants to make me feel like, oh, your self-expression sounds like someone else. It's this person that you hate, his personality is being heard. Yeah, it's like he has his dick in your personality. Every time you're normal, his dick is right there. Or because I can't stand this person. So it like keeps forcing me to just close my mouth. And when I'm just relaxing with my mouth closed, it sometimes seems quieter than when my mouth is open. And I feel like they're conditioning me to, like literally like putting nailing a door shut on my expression. If I keep involuntarily reacting to this over and over and over and over, it seems like a trick, like a tactic from being all bubbly and happy-go-lucky to just. And then when I'm like this, I'm accused of spirits or something being like I'm destroying things or something when I'm just chilling, quiet. And then that, I don't like that. I don't like to feel like I'm hurting anybody metaphorically, or I have to imagine something's happening. I don't like to feel like that either, so I open my mouth. Just for the hell of it, out of stigma, like, fuck that, I don't want that reaction. So I open my mouth. And then I'm thinking or doing whatever, and then, oh, he sounds like someone else. Oh, we didn't hear you. Someone else said what you're saying. It's weird, man. Any of my thoughts, it's the same shit. And so with Kevin Christian, he mentioned that he's got like 3 of them talking, and he says they talk past him. One feels like they're talking to him but they're talking to someone else, and then they fuck with his head. And that's kind of the same. It's like, but they, it's like your brain is right here, And then also there's a clone of your brain and a parallel virtual reality thing. And I'm just imagining my brain here all by itself doing what it does, but then a clone of it over here in a different dimension, and then all these things intersecting into it in that dimension. One thing talking to it, or no, one thing watching my brain cells, my synaptics light up and I'm thinking or reacting, but they're watching it over here in this other. It's as if in a different dimension they got my brain there like a little crystal ball, and one person's here, there, and they're just watching my thoughts and they're talking to it. Hey, well, what about this? And then someone else probably reacts based on that, based on what I'm thinking. But I'm here, as shit registers, and then I think about something, and then something else acts like it's my brain. It acts like it's me, and it reacts back to something. They're just intersecting, and it does. It makes you feel weird, because you want this shit to stop, but yet they make you feel like it almost forces me to react in a certain way, to where they say, "Oh, you're just jealous," or something else will say, "Oh, he's just mad because he's like a part of us, and now we don't like him. We're ignoring him now." And that hurts, because all my life I didn't hear this type of shit. Something else must have been silently monitoring and blocking, muting my consciousness and creating some sort of rapport with something. And then now, in this point of my life, it seems like if that's what happened, some noises it seems like noises are coming at me like, "Hey man, what's up, man? What the fuck?" Or hey. And I'm like, "Man, what the fuck? As if something started something and then is easing its way out and left my name and whatever whatever it did without me. And now I'm just reacting, fighting, like reacting. And something has the expectation that we're like, whatever, and it's not true. And then something else fucking with me, making me hear like what I'm expressing sound different. But then I don't know who I'm trying to fucking prove myself to. These things act like we were cool, or I have to prove who I am, like chase my identity. But I just wonder, I mean, if I ever win the argument, then what? Where did we leave off? My consciousness, where did my awareness with this bullshit leave off? And do I even want to win this argument? Can't even hear this shit anyways, barely. It's like not even worth, even if it was something cool, it's not even, I can't even fucking, the shit I would have to do to try to hear and then be accused of listening. "Oh, why are you listening?" I mean, it's just like, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. Like, this is someone trying to treat me like a bitch, but using stimulating situations, things that captivate my awareness and makes me feel like it's serious, but it's stuff that I mean, it just makes me react as if someone is actually here. Like, I react with all the substance that I would react to a regular person, like someone that's actually in front of me, someone that I would actually take my time to articulate myself and explain myself. And even then, shit don't even, huh? What? Like misunderstanding. So imagine the noise. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that and see if anybody can answer my question about that. But, yeah, it's crazy, man. Just faded, distant stuff, and I get frustrated. I get frustrated as something's probably saying something or something, and the frustrating part is I want to convey that I can't hear. Like, even in my mind, I'm like, man, I can't hear this shit. And some fucking edit, copy, paste, edit, delete shit. Like, oh, it's all like they tell me, then something else clowns me and tells me, oh, we got this guy fighting his own spirit. It's as if they say I have like my spirit or some fucking other type of entity that's inside me or anyone, supposedly that they're like, oh, we got his consciousness, we got something inside of him confused, thinking that his own consciousness is someone else and that it's fighting me, and something's bragging, oh, they're fighting each other. I don't know, man. I'm like, something editing me and hating on me and shit. Like, I walk around, sometimes I'll hear a little whisper and I think that something is talking to the person in front of me, telling them he's no good, he's a chomo, he's this or that, when I'm not. Or anyways, it's just so frustrating. And but then I don't give a fuck, because I'll be thinking, man, I can't hear this shit. And oh yeah, I forgot to say it. It'll seem like something edited my brainwaves to emit that a phrase like, oh yeah, like if I'm actually in tune or whatever. And that's hella frustrating. But the reason why I don't give a fuck is because they act like that. And the whole time, anything I do, they're intimately nosy, like intimately involved, and so like accommodating to comment on, you know, private things, like, I don't know, grabbing your balls or something, or all that stuff. They're like, oh, he can't do that, oh, he's doing it, or what were you, like if I'm thinking or expounding on something in my loneliness, all of a sudden, out of the blue, I'm thinking something and I stopped thinking, I got distracted and went to go do something else, and it would sound like in the distance like something like, what were you gonna, and that's what pisses me off, because I'm thinking, what the fuck? I'm yelling, screaming, yelling, leave me alone, crying and hurting myself, and nothing. If anything, I'll hear some little one-liners here and there. It'll be silent, but I guess they're pretending to be talking to me or something when I can't. And in the distance, something will say, man, I think he needs a raise. I think he wants a raise, or oh, he's just mad because of, and then it fades off. And I'm thinking, man, I must be getting treated like the asshole, and some assholes acting like me somehow. I don't know, in some scenario. But yeah, they're intimately nosy on the things that don't even matter. They're intimately nosy, like just wanting to fuck with me, and that's a mind fuck right there. For to be kicking, screaming, yelling, and like, leave me alone, all that's crucial to me, ignored. But they want to distract and change the subject by reacting or being so intimately nosy and on the shit that I'm doing to cope. You know, it's like they put roadblocks and bullshit constricting all around the way I live and stuff, and I it's just different now. And well, like I said, if I was already lonely growing up without knowing it, but I wasn't lonely, I was talking to myself, but now something wants to insist that I wasn't. And if I wasn't, man, I sure would have wanted to, it would have been nice to have a rapport with it instead of fighting and arguing with something and feeling bad because I don't know if something is there for me, but I don't know how to react, or I don't have or if something was in here silently, remotely monitoring my brain and started cupcaking with something that I don't know about, giving the wrong impression, and then it jumping out or starting to play around and include something else that something may have been talking to, and hitting my brain with little bits and pieces of something, like slowly integrating my brain. But then I don't even know I've never cultivated anything with this. And I don't know. That's just another scenario I think of if that was the case. Maybe that's just what they lead me to believe. It all boils down to crying, screaming, yelling. They don't give a fuck. They just focus in on, like I don't exist. And that's why I don't give a fuck. Because my kicking, crying, which seems important to me, that doesn't get addressed. Whether they're gonna kill me or I don't know, or whatever. It just seems like maybe something is reacting to that, but I don't hear it. Something else that is probably wanting to pretend to be me is reacting to it, and I'm just sitting here hearing sporadic shit like, why are you sitting there listening? Why are you sitting there listening? And there is probably stuff going on. They're talking right past me, and maybe there's something wrong or something. Maybe I'm supposed to hear a bunch of shit and or whatever, but it's just weird. It's like there's a way to hear it, but the contortion, like I'm serious. These things piss me off. Like if I was to breathe hard right now, you guys could hear something, but it's like a broken record. It's probably reacting as if it was me to someone else, because I feel like I'm getting framed. I feel like something doesn't even acknowledge me. They just acknowledge something that's being said, like in that thing where they crisscross. Something's talking as if it was this person and something's talking back, and I don't know. I'll do it because these noises piss me off. They act like I'm in tune with them, but then it's not true. And if they don't want to feel my pain or understand that, then why they want to make me feel like they can zoom in on other shit that don't matter and just make me, that'll make anyone snap, Watch, I'll breathe hard. I don't know what could be going on right now, but hey Sammy, that's all I hear. Hey Sammy. Usually it's hey Danny or hey Sammy. That's all I hear. Usually when I say some shit that fronts things off, it'll be like a threat. Hey Sammy, you know what, man? Hey, and we're gonna whatever, they're gonna kill me. I always feel heart attacks and everything, and they're wrong. Talking about, I know, but I know, but no, I don't. There's a noise that keeps implicating me with this other name, as if I'm a remote neural monitor, and the other whoever is actually remote monitor thingy is making me feel like I'm the one that hacked him and I'm torturing him. No wonder when I react to something, they're like, what, why are you listening? Why are you being nosy? Why don't you leave it? I'm like, what the fuck? I got files on my phone, APK shit that I don't know about, all of a sudden downloaded in there, hacked, lots of shit in there, hella shit on my laptop, and I don't know, man. I'm just putting this out there again. Like I said, if these chest pains and heart attacks or whatever, actually, like, if anything like happens, I guess these videos will probably be the only thing. Wow, another weird ass fucking text. Anyways, yeah, this is probably the only thing I would have out there on, at least on video, because I'm always forgetting things. I always forget. So, anyways, that's it. I know it sucks. If I was close to my family or anyone, like when they're trying to kill me, when my chest is about to explode and I feel like I'm gonna die, the last things that come to my mind is, where do I go? I want to go hug someone, or I want to go be around somebody. Who could I go and tell that I love or something? And I don't really think of anyone. My family comes through my mind, and no one really I ever really feel like I bonded with or feel close to, except myself. And that's that's being distorted. Like if it belongs to something, like anything that thinks or does it, like it fucking belongs to someone or something. So that's pretty sad, man. So that's why I just put this out there for whoever, if it helps anyone.